Wow, this full day of eating is like kind of turning into a shit show. Oh my God, Finn, what is happening right now in this prep? I need to get my shit together. Hey, Finn. You want breakfast too, huh? It's not time yet, it's coffee time. Good morning, YouTube. I don't know if it's morning for you, but it's morning for me. I figured today I would take you guys through a full day of eating since I'm on prep for my first pro show. And I think that's probably one of the most asked questions I get is, what am I eating to get the physique that I end up getting on stage? So today will be fun. Obviously, we're gonna start with breakfast. I've already had my first cup of coffee and I'm gonna have another one because it's just that kind of a day. I have a slower morning today, so it's nice to just kind of wake up, sit with a cup of coffee, lounge, and then make my breakfast. But right now I'm just doing my little ice cube routine. I should really just get one of those little tools that they have on Amazon, but I just grab an ice cube and try to get some of the inflammation out of my face, and it also just helps me wake up with how cold it is and just feels really good. So don't mind the water dripping down my face as I'm talking. On a little side note, I've been on a bit of a skincare journey, revelation, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I finally decided to give a shit about my skincare routine. So here we are, getting on the ice game. I used to actually do this a lot, but I kind of got off of it and now I'm back on. So I did have those little eye patches under my eyes and I just took those off. Started with my ice cube. And it's just super refreshing and revitalizing in the morning. So this mic is gonna pull my shirt down. I'm gonna pour my next cup of coffee and I'll show you guys exactly how I make it. Gotta have a milk frother or creamer frother. So I'm definitely gonna use my favorite coffee creamer. Of course, it's sugar-free. Don't judge me, I don't get a lot of like treat type things on prep because obviously I'm eating a lot of whole foods. So the one thing I will cave and make sure that fits into my meal plan macros, I mean, yeah, this is like air. That's what I tell myself. That's how I girl math it in my head because I'm like, oh, 15 calories, 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of fat. Pfft, we can work that in. It's not a big deal. Especially since I still have 12 weeks. Obviously, there's a lot of room to play. I'm in a good spot right now, so I'm not worried about it. But don't judge me because it is the gigantic size. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a second one in the fridge. So between myself and Ian, we can run through some creamer. So we just buy the big value size. Do a little splash into the frother. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit. Give that a quick spin just to get it nice and frothy. I love like a latte. In order for me to survive a prep, I need to keep my coffee routine and regimen the same. Otherwise, it actually is very sad. It's torture. So this makes me happy. If you find something in your prep that just keeps you like feeling like your soul is fed, because obviously food feeds the soul. So when you take those free meals away, you take your desserts away, you take those fun things away that you really, really enjoy, finding that one thing that you can possibly fit in is absolutely worth it and helps me just prep year in and year out. So sometimes if I'm feeling really fancy, I'll sprinkle some cinnamon on it, but we're not there today. So we're in a bit of a predicament. Today would be a training day. I'm supposed to be lifting today, but as of yesterday, I did something to my back not lifting related, not anything even worthy of an injury. What I think happened is I felt like my back needed to crack. I don't know if you ever like get that, but I felt like I needed to crack it. So I kept just like twisting, and I couldn't get it. And I was like, oh, it's just not cracking. And I did that a couple days ago, just throughout the day. And then I started to feel like a bit of a muscle strain or like a pull in my right side of my back. So it's definitely very muscular, but it just got worse. So the day after I was like trying to crack, I woke up and I felt it. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. This isn't good. I worked, yesterday, went about my normal day. I even tried to lift, and funny enough, it was a back day. So I was like, okay, I'll just do some like light movements, some like single arm, just kind of get the muscles activated, get some blood in there, see how it feels. And I got about 45 minutes through my workout and realized I'm not doing anything to make it feel better. I'm probably just going to make it feel worse. So I had to leave the gym. I did do my cardio. I'm supposed to be doing 6 days of cardio a week. So I had already done it at that point, but I was feeling it on the Stairmaster. Like I kind of take a step and I can feel like those muscles pulling on the right side. So I obviously messaged my coach. Got to communicate everything that happens, everything that's going on in your life. It's so important to communicate that with your coach. So I told him, I was like, hey, it sounds really stupid, but I was trying to crack my back and I feel like I ended up just pulling a muscle. Luckily enough, he was like, I actually know exactly what you're talking about. That's happened to me before too. And he was like, you just gotta rest. You have to let it heal and rest. And at least, we're 12 weeks out. So it's not the biggest deal. It's not the end of the world. We're not behind. We're not like gonna lose progress. We just need to listen to what my body is telling me, not push it too hard. That being said, not training today, which means when it comes to food, I have my training calories and my non-training calories. So sort of like a little carb cycle situation, because I'll, lift for 3 days in a row and those are higher carb days. And then I'll have my rest day, which is a lower carb day. Fats and protein will stay the same on every day. I'm gonna make my favorite breakfast. I get hyper fixated on my prep meals, and that's another really big piece of advice that I would give you is when you are prepping for a show, it is key to actually enjoy your food. If you don't enjoy your food, you're not gonna wanna eat it. You're gonna have other cravings for different food. And so if you can incorporate the things that you love, I would highly recommend doing that. The first part of meal one is going to be oats. On my rest day or non-training day calories, I'll do 50 grams of oats. If I were to be training today, I would do 60 grams of oats. So that's just like a little example of how the measurements vary just a little bit as far as carbs go. So I basically just fill up this bowl with oats and water and then pop it into the microwave for like 2 to 3 minutes at a time. As that cooks, I'm going to work on my protein fatty sources, which is going to be 1 whole egg, 2 slices of turkey bacon. This is another good example of how I love turkey bacon, and I wanted to keep it in my meal plan in prep and out of prep. So instead of doing, 2 eggs or a different type of protein fat source, I was able to switch that out for 2 slices of turkey bacon and 1 egg to satisfy that craving, I guess. Come on. Oh, it exploded. That's so annoying. I hate when that happens. but that happens when I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, let's try this again. We'll just pretend like I didn't lose macros there from it exploding all over. Good news is turkey bacon's done. Hits every time, every morning. That like salty bacon with the eggs. Sometimes I don't even put it on a plate. I'm just eating it out of the pan. And I'll just eat this while I wait for my oats to cook. It's just so... I'm a big salt girly, so all of my meals are very heavy-handed with the salts. But my body is just used to that, and my body loves salt, so it's not a bad thing. As long as you hydrate plenty, which I do. And there we have it. Done. Oatmeal's still cooking. It takes forever. Oh, ugh, my back. If I'm like not very careful with how I'm moving, I can feel my back just on this whole side. So like any trunk rotation, twisting, mostly if I'm twisting to this side, I can't really get very much range of motion. So that's fun, but it's fine. It's not exploding, so we're good. There's just something about the combination of the salty and then the sweet. And I'll show you exactly how I make my oatmeal because I'm obsessed and I don't think I'll ever change. If I were to never do a bodybuilding show again, I think I would still eat my oats and bacon and eggs the same exact way because I just love it so much. Let's see. Oh, we're getting there. All right. I don't do the instant oats, so the old-fashioned always take a little bit longer. I'm gonna add a little more water. Probably just like a couple more minutes and then we're done. Finn also gets his breakfast. Yum. You ready? Okay, I think we should be good. Let's see. That looks like the consistency we want, which is basically just mush. Coffee's got to go back in because if you know me, you know that my coffee needs to be piping hot for every sip. We get 50 grams of blueberries. Perfect. 10 grams of peanut butter. Also, don't judge me for not using like very crunchy, all natural, non-sugar peanut butter. I literally get 10 grams, so I think I'll be fine. Again, it's just those little things on prep that in the grand scheme of things, I eat pretty darn healthy. Also, I'll say I always find it easiest to tear the scale with the peanut butter on it, scoop it out, and then it'll give me the negative value. That way you're not losing any peanut butter on that spoon and it goes straight into the oatmeal bowl. All right, so here's how we're looking. Delish. Give that a good mix. Now for the key part. You gotta do cinnamon. Lots of cinnamon. Be generous, don't hold back. Now, this liquid stevia. I feel like I have talked about this here and there on like Instagram stories or whatever, but I swear by this. I always joke, people ask me, how do you get through prep? How do you do it? I just don't understand. And the simple answer is this little liquid stevia bottle. And it's from Trader Joe's, and it just gives it that sweet taste because obviously I can't use like brown sugar or maple syrup or something like that. So that stevia saves the day because obviously oats are very plain. I'm not using flavored oats either. Now, some people hate the stevia taste. This one is very specific. It has to be this liquid one from Trader Joe's. Don't ask me why. I've tried other monk fruit sweeteners. I've tried the stevia powders, Splenda packets. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but to me, the flavor is better, and I enjoy the dropper liquid one from Trader Joe's because I have tried other liquid stevias and it just doesn't, it's just not the same. So if Trader Joe's, God forbid, stops producing this liquid stevia, I might actually cry. That's our oatmeal. I'm gonna go chow down on this and then I'll catch you guys for the next meal slash snack in a couple hours. It's been a few hours since breakfast. I usually don't wait this long. It's 1 o'clock to have my second meal, but because I'm pretty immobile today and I'm not moving around a lot, I have not really worked up much of an appetite. So I only just now started to get hungry. So I'm gonna make my next meal, which is basically just a snack. I wouldn't really call it a lunch. It's just gonna be my protein smoothie with all my supplements added into it and then an English muffin. And that's pretty much it. So I usually have this meal around 11 to 12 o'clock, somewhere in that window. I just got off the couch from icing my back because your girl is struggling, okay? It's not looking pretty over here. So I was sitting in my office at the desk chair for just way too long, and I kind of started to do some of this, and I was like, you know what, I just need to cool it. I need to lay down and just lay a cold ice pack and just lay there and just try to relax the muscles. I'm going to start making my smoothie, which I guess I could eat the banana separately just on its own, but I like to put it into the blender and just mix it all up. It also just makes it easy to add in all of my powders because I don't like just putting a bunch of powder and scoops of stuff into a blender bottle and shaking it up. I like to blend it with ice. It kind of disguises the powders a little bit better, if that makes sense. Nothing fancy. I literally just blend it with ice and water. I don't add any milk to this or anything fun like that. It's just water. So it's kind of nice though because it's really hydrating. That much water, a decent amount of ice cubes just to really make it nice and icy and thick and cold. Okay, now we are going to add our serving of protein powder. So I only get 20 grams, which usually a serving size is 30 grams. Make sure that I weigh that out properly. Oh, 21, okay. We'll take it. 21's close enough. I've been obsessed with Legion's s'mores flavor. That is what I use every day because I think the s'mores banana combo is just the absolute best, and it just pairs really well with the chocolate, the banana. I really like it. So this is always a flavor that I have stocked. I have a lot of other bags of flavor that I honestly don't touch because if this is in my cabinet, I'm just going to reach for the s'mores. I'm gonna reach for the s'mores every single time. And then I've got my L-glutamine. So the key with supplements is just to be super ultra consistent. And then we've got creatine from Legion. Get the big jumbo tub of 100 servings. Literally have this shake every single day. I'm just gonna pour it into this little cup with a straw because I like drinking it with a straw. It never fits the whole thing, but I just keep adding as I drink. Cheers. It's so good. It's so simple, but I'm a banana lover, so I love smoothies with bananas, the chocolate, banana, peanut butter combinations. I wish I could put peanut butter in this. That would be really good too. Or just blend it with milk, honestly, then it would be even creamier if you want that consistency. But again, we are on prep, so this is very specific to my meal plan, and I just combine everything to make it easier and get all my supplements in. Which reminds me, I do need to take my other vitamins for the day, so I'll use this to chug some pills down. This is where I keep all my supplements. Oh, my back. Ugh. We've got magnesium, we've got iron, vitamin B complex, vitamin D and K, and then I take my vitamin C gummies. So most of these are Legion except for the iron. Fun fact, a lot of people make fun of me for how I say iron. I used to say iron. And then someone pointed out, a friend of mine, and said, it's not iron, it's iron. So now whenever I say iron, I'm very self-aware of how I'm pronouncing it. The serving size is 2, so it's just like a good little treat that I get every day. It's basically candy. You can use my code through Legion if you want to order any of these supplements and use them yourself. There you have it, my daily pills. But while I finish this, I'm going to toast my English muffin. The air fryer on prep is an absolute godsend. If you don't have an air fryer on prep, I'm telling you, get one and your life will be forever changed. So while that cooks, not the most filling meal, but what I'll typically do is have this as my pre-workout, because on my training and non-training days, this meal doesn't change. So I still get the exact same meal, and I'll have it before my workout because it's fast digesting carbs, it's nice and light, so I don't feel super stuffed before going to the gym, but it gives me like an extra little something in my stomach after breakfast. I have found that I have to at least have 2 meals prior to training. More food in my system equals more energy, and I just feel better in my lift. So I can work out after breakfast. It's not the most optimal for me. Sometimes even I will train after my 3rd meal, which is a little bit more dense, I guess. Essentially, the more food I have, the better. So if you're finding yourself feeling a little low energy in the gym, I would recommend probably just waiting to train until later in the day. That way, when you have a little bit more energy, a little more food in your stomach, some more calories to expend in your lift, that's just kind of what I've found works best for me. I used to be hard set on training in the mornings, but the deeper I got into my preps each time, I was like, wow, this is just getting really hard. My workouts are suffering. And then I thought, you know what, let me just go later in the day after I've had some more food, since I'm not getting very much food to begin with. That's what I would typically do, but since I am on bed rest today and I'm just being a lazy little piece of nothing, I am just eating and laying and eating and sitting and eating and working from home. So it's a little sad. Okay, so we've got our English muffin. This is also something that I do every day, for now at least. Again, 12 weeks out, we're chilling. I can afford to do fun things like this. So I take sugar-free syrup, just like the tiniest bit. I'll put on my muffins, just for like a little extra flavor, since I can't do like, you know, cream cheese and jam or anything like that. And then that's it. This is meal/snack number 2. The fact that I get bread on prep makes it literally not feel like it's prep at all. There have been times in the past where I did not have bread in my meal plan. I was doing a lot of more like rice cakes as a pre-workout meal. And I thought, you know what? I would much rather have an English muffin or like half of a bagel or something like that, because people really demonize bread like in diet culture. But I think honestly, bread is a great carb source. The next check-in I was planning on sending to my coach was going to be in 2 days on Sunday. Today's Friday. I did check in with him on Tuesday and things were looking really good. I've been steadily like dropping weight these last couple weeks. We're fully in like the rhythm of prep. My body's responding really well to my plan right now. But now that we have this little hiccup of this back problem, I can already tell it's starting to throw things off for me. I even just like feel a little inflamed and bloated in my midsection just from the injury, which makes sense. I mean, my body in general is just inflamed. Blood is getting drawn into that part of my back. And I'm just like feeling the effects in my stomach as well, versus like before this happened, the past couple days, I was feeling really lean and like I was already starting to see like abs come through. So it was really exciting. was very like in the flow of things, and now I'm kind of like having to step out of that for a couple days, and that just sucks because like I was getting my momentum with prep and feeling really good and excited to train and, you know, do all the things, cardio, posing, and now like I obviously can't really practice posing. Unfortunately, that's just kind of part of the game. Preps are never perfect. You're gonna have ups and downs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where we left off in our conversation the last time I was on here for this full day of eating, because it is now 3 days later from the first time I filmed like the first 2 meals that I already showed you. This back injury, back strain that I gave myself end of last week took me out. Like, it was bad, okay? It was bad. I even tried to pick up the camera yesterday to finish these last 3 meals that I have, but I was just like consumed by the pain and felt defeated. And I have been doing nothing for the last 3 days except laying around, just icing, heating, trying to rest, lightly stretching. It's been pretty depressing, I'm not gonna lie. I just haven't felt the best, and I just didn't really want to like get on camera feeling like absolute shite. And we're back. Well, we're like coming back. So today was the first day I woke up and felt better. Not 100%, but definitely better. So we're moving in the right direction. I understand that muscle strains take a lot of time to heal. So as you can tell, I'm in workout attire. I just got back from the gym. Let's just pray I didn't make it any worse. It actually felt good to like get the blood moving. So I think if anything, it helped. But yeah, it did feel nice to leave the house because I did not leave the house like all weekend. That is how debilitated I was. I was really just trying to like immobilize everything. What am I doing? I'm making my 3rd meal. I'm trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to catch you guys up. I'm trying to make my food. I feel brain dead. I guess this video has turned into a little injury rehab / full day of eating video. But now that I obviously trained today, so now I'm on a training day meal plan, which previously in the first half of this video, I was showing you guys what a rest day meal plan looks like. So I'm gonna switch up on you. The only difference, like I have talked about, is I just get a little bit more carbs. So the types of foods that I eat stay exactly the same. I still eat all the components in this meal. I just get more rice today because I worked out. So very excited about that because I've obviously been doing nothing. I've been on my low calorie rest day plan, which is not like I was starving or anything because, oh, hello. I just really missed training and working toward getting this prep going. I felt like I was in such a groove, and then everything just kind of came to like a screeching halt, and that's just never fun, especially when you're at the start of a prep and that's when you should be feeling your absolute best. So it's fine, these things happen. No prep is perfect, or if it is, it's rare that actually works out that way. So live and learn. Sometimes we get injuries, sometimes we get sick. I've had food poisoning on prep. I've had the flu or like fever on prep. So this is the first time I've really strained a muscle and it has taken me out of the gym like this. But we're back. We're back, and I actually have an acupuncture appointment tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. I have never had acupuncture. That's gonna be fun. And I've heard really amazing things, especially about this one specific therapist. So I'm hoping that that just does the trick for me and I can put this to bed and be healed 100%, because the next thing I wanna try and train is legs. I did shoulders today because I was like, that's a safe bet, right? Like, my back hurts, but I can really isolate my shoulders and keep my back out of it. And I did, and it felt good. So I realized I needed more asparagus / want more asparagus. I love asparagus. To me, it is like candy on prep. Let me drop this down. Shoulders look pretty good. I didn't go like crazy, but we were able to get like a decent workout, so that felt amazing. Don't ever take for granted movement. And it's crazy because sometimes when you're just used to having it every day, sometimes you can, and all of a sudden you're immobile laying on the couch watching Bridgerton. You really do start to miss the gym and beating yourself up in the gym. It's fun. I'm really hungry. So I measured out my rice. I did 140 grams. Again, if this was a non-training day, a rest day, the only difference in this meal is I would have gotten 100 grams of rice. Same amount of asparagus, same amount of chicken. I also throw Greek yogurt into this meal, but we'll get to that in a second. 3 ounces of chicken breast that my amazing partner cooked up for me yesterday. He did all the groceries this weekend. He did the meal prep. He just like really stepped up because I was a complete waste man. Like I was not helpful whatsoever. But he didn't want me to move a muscle, and so I did just that, and I sat on the couch and I rested while he smoked our chicken on the Traeger, which is really good because it just comes out like super tender. It doesn't really dry out, even though it is chicken breast. It just has a really good flavor on the Traeger, so he does a really good job making it. I very rarely have to make chicken, and when I do, trust me, it's not good. So yeah, I'm really thankful that he takes the reins on that one. Chicken, rice bowl, measured and ready to go. Asparagus working. Check on it real quick. I could go a little bit more. Oh, she's smoking. Now I'm gonna measure out my non-fat. Wait a second. I just realized Ian bought vanilla flavored when he did groceries, which is fine, but I'm obviously not gonna put vanilla on my chicken. Okay, please pause. What in the helly is this man thinking? Luckily, I stock up a lot on my prep food, so I have another brand new container of plain. Now I'm actually kind of curious, does it change? It does change the macros. Oh, by a lot. Okay. Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. I've been using the vanilla definitely all of yesterday. So I did put it on my chicken. When Ian had brought the chicken off the Traeger and I made my bowl with the yogurt, I was like, oh, what seasonings did you use? Because I told him to just keep it like pretty plain, like garlic powder, herbs, salt. And he was like, yeah, I just did it how I normally do. But I was like getting this other flavor and I could not figure out what it was. I was like, okay, he didn't do anything different with the chicken. I was tasting this like sweetness. It wasn't bad actually. It was actually good, which is the crazy thing. But I had no idea. I was using vanilla, and the macros, there's a 50 calorie difference per serving. It's 0 fat for both. The carbs though is the difference. So 9 grams of carbs in plain yogurt and 23 in the vanilla, and a little bit more protein in the plain. It's fine. That's good asparagus. Wow. Okay, well. Oh, hot. Not using vanilla anymore. Hello. We need to pivot. Wow, this full day of eating is like kind of turning into a shit show. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry if this is like discombobulated. Now I'm using the wrong yogurt. Oh my God, Finn, what is happening right now in this prep? I need to get my shit together. Back to what I was doing, we're gonna do 30 grams of plain Greek yogurt. So funny too, because this wasn't like the only little grocery mishap that we had over this weekend, because I had sent Ian out to go do the groceries, and love him to death, and we both do our parts and we both help each other a lot, but typically I'm the one to do the grocery shopping. Naturally, I make him the grocery list. He comes back with like a couple things incorrect, or like, you know, he didn't find it, aka the beef that I asked him to pick up. He was like, oh, they just didn't have it. It's like, they didn't have beef? What do you mean they didn't have beef? Oh, love him to death. But yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even like read that on the label though yesterday, which goes to show you I was not in my right mind. I was just like so foggy, so like pain, just distracted, that I was eating vanilla flavored yogurt on my chicken. And then I will show you later, but I do plain yogurt for my dessert as my last meal. And last night I had it and I was like, this tastes different. It tastes sweeter. Duh. But like I add stevia to it too. So it's like, I thought it was just the stevia. I don't know. But this is what she's looking like right now. So I just put the yogurt. 30 grams is not a lot. It just like helps, you know, make this dry meal not so dry. Because I think people on prep really struggle with that and not having access to sauces. So if you're a saucy person and you like Greek yogurt and you can fathom putting it on the top of your rice bowls, whatever, it's actually a really great combination. And then I'll do sriracha too, because sriracha on everything, duh. And then our asparagus little air fried batch just goes right on top, like so. There you have it. That is meal number 3. So usually my post-workout meal, chicken, rice, asparagus, chef's kiss. Don't use vanilla Greek yogurt, okay? So I'm gonna chow down and I will see you for dinner when Ian is off work and I tell him about this funny little Greek yogurt story and I make probably my most favorite meal, or second most favorite. I do love my breakfast, but dinner is very, very special to me. So I'll show you guys exactly how I make dinner and then dessert. Prep candy. This is like the best meal ever. Step 1, we're gonna cook some beef. Lots of salt, some garlic powder. I just get all my seasonings from Costco because we like run through seasonings. Ian is still working upstairs. He just got home, so I feel like I have to whisper, but I don't have to. Let her cook down for a little bit. I'm gonna portion out what I get for today. So again, since we're now transitioning to a training day, I get 185 sweet potato, as opposed to non-training, I would get 125 grams of sweet potato. We're just manipulating the carbs, of course, for training and non-training. I also get an egg with this meal. That was like my little touch in my meal plan. I really wanted to have an over easy egg on this meal. When I get hyper fixated on a meal, like that is, you cannot tell me otherwise. Food scale, 185. Oh, it's hot. Just needs a little bit more. 180. Close enough. I like to saute these for dinner just to add some more flavor. Throw all this away. Once I finish cooking, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna watch the new Bridgerton show. The new season that just came out. Salt. More garlic powder. Then it's ready. I'm gonna measure out my beef, 3 ounces. Yeah. I honestly hate the way that ground beef looks like dog food. Does anyone else agree with that, or is that just me? Make some caramelized onions. So good. Like the beef and the egg and the sweet potato. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. Oh yeah, that's so good. She is plated. Gotta hit it with some sriracha, obviously. Oh, that's exactly what you want. Last meal, dessert. Hey babe, you realize that you bought vanilla Greek yogurt?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Totally grabbed vanilla.
Does that have sugar in it? Show me. I don't believe you. Wait, what? You had the vanilla yesterday?
Yes.
That means so did I then.
Well, yeah, but you don't really matter because you're not on prep. You're playing with my emotions.
That's the second time that I've done that.
I cannot send you for groceries
Well, no, this is
anymore.
what happens, right?
You're done. Go, look. Go ahead.
Fuck, you're right. No, that's the one I bought.
No.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, this is the one I bought.
No.
You bought vanilla.
No, I think
You bought
did.
vanilla. You had prep brain and you bought vanilla and you're trying to blame it on
You
me.
can't call prep brain yet. I still have
I'll do Greek yogurt.
all my brain
You
child.
do that one. You're fucking recording this shit right now?
I'm recording my last
You
meal.
gaslit me?
Strawberries. I put vanilla yogurt on my chicken, dude. Cinnamon and stevia, since we're using plain yogurt. That's why it tasted extra sweet yesterday, because I put stevia in, it was already vanilla.
It's your fucking fault.
This is a prison.
Why do you have like zoomies right now?
I don't have zoomies right now. Well, I just rolled my back out and I feel a little bit better. I'm not depresso anymore, like I have been the last 3 days. 10 grams of peanut butter. That's it. That is a whole day of food. Partially non-training food and partially training food because I messed up. I'll do better next time.